name is Desire Sonda. As I say, I live in Glasgow, Scotland. Yes, the north of the UK. Yeah, so I hope you know your geography well there. So I'm a mother of 2 children. So we live in Scotland with my husband and 2 children, Lily and Timothy. So that's me there. And now we're going to have some fun with magnets. Before you end the word, you need to fulfill these requirements. You need to know what the magnet is made of. We're going to read about the Greek story on how the first magnet was found and how it was named. And we're going to describe, to know about 3 main types of magnets, what magnets are used for, and we're going to do some experiments with magnets. And after that, you have to choose about 3 experiments that you're going to do. And you need to make sure that you get those videos to your club leaders so that they can assess what you've done. And also, we're going to read and memorize Hebrews chapter 7, verse 19, and James 4, verse 8. Are you all ready? Wave your hands if you can. You're ready for some magnetic fun? Super. So now we're gonna find out first, what is a magnet made of? So I know there's quite a few words there, but we're going to explain all of it. So a magnet is made out of magnetite. I hope you have your worksheets ready so you can fill that in, all the words that are underlined. So a magnet is made of a magnetite, a natural magnetic material that will create a magnetic field. And a magnetic field is a force surrounding a magnet that draws objects to the magnet. You can feel this force when using a magnet. I know that sounds a handful of words in there, but you know what? Magnetite is, to put it simply, it's an iron content that it was found in natural rocks. And you know, when you put magnets together, I know these are a bit small, but when you put magnets together, they have what is called a magnetic field, which is just a force around the magnets that attracts them together. And that's what they call magnetic field. You cannot see it with your eyes, it's invisible. But I'll show you how you can see the magnetic field. So now we're going to move on to find out how this magnet was first found in this. So you're going to see a video. Going to play it. So it doesn't have a sound, but I'm going to read about it. So we're going to discuss about the discovery of magnets. What you see now is a mountain area in the land of Greece. Magnus, a shepherd, lived in ancient Greece. Every day, he used to take his herd of goats to the nearby mountain for grazing. He always carried a stick with him to direct his sheep in the proper route. At the end of the stick, an iron piece was attached. He found it difficult to pull the stick away from a rock. Actually, the iron tip of the stick was attracted to the rock, that it was a natural magnet. So natural magnets were discovered in this way. These rocks are given the name magnetite, which actually was named after the shepherd. So isn't that cool? This shepherd didn't know that, him starting to find out that rock will make us now know about the magnets. Now, so to move on, we're going to see now how this magnetic field, there we are, how we can see the magnetic field. Oh, we're going back. There we are. So what is it really, what magnetic field? As I explained, it's a force that surrounds the magnet. So there is another video that we're going to show you. But if you put a bar magnet under a sheet of paper and sprinkle some iron powder on it, you will suddenly see the invisible magnetic field. And so I'm going to have a video that will show you how to do just that.
Okay, here we do. We've got a stack of magnets underneath, a stack of rock magnets, and we're going to put iron filings over the top here. And we finally got a piece of paper that's not glossy, so this ought to be easier to see. All right, there's our magnetic field lines. As I tap it, they kind of align even better, especially on the outside. Things to notice. Which side is north and south? We could figure out with a compass. That south is attracted to a north, and north attracted to the south. Now, which one is which is really rather irrelevant. You'll notice in the center that they go straight across from north to south. Then they also go on the outside from north to south in these big arcs. Now, with my hand, if I was doing the right-hand rule, magnetic field lines go outside of norths and into souths. Now, what about here? It's doing the same thing three-dimensionally right alongside the magnets. And we can actually show this three-dimensionality of it just like that. Stop.
Lovely. Did you all see that? Yes. So that.
Okay.
So pretty much it was just showing us how this magnetic field. Did you see all that area that had some? Oh.
Okay. Here we do.
So all that area that was a bit clear, all the particles are being attracted. So that area is showing where the power of that magnet is. Okay, so now we're going to see some of the fun facts about magnets. Did you know, adventurers, that the end of a bar magnet is a north pole and the opposite side is a south pole? So every magnet has a north and a south. So the magnetic field is around on those poles at the end of the pole in the north and also in the south. That's where you find that most of the things will be able to be attracted around that area. So this is another cool fact. The north pole of the magnet will repel or push away the north pole of another magnet. So when you put north and north together, they will repel. So they're moving away from each other. And guess what happens if you put south and south? So the south of one magnet will also repel, will push away the south pole of another magnet. But guess what happens when you put the north and south together? So the north pole and the south pole, when you put them together, they attract, and that's what makes a magnet. The things stick together. So the north pole of one magnet will attract and stick to the south pole of a magnet. Okay, so there are three main types of magnets. So we're gonna see these three. Now let's look at the first one. The first type of a magnet is called permanent magnet. So what that means is that once it is magnetized, it returns the level of magnetism. So what it means that if you put a magnet together close by, they will stick. It will not lose its force. All the time it has the force. So let's find out what are the things, some of the things that have got permanent magnet in them. So we have these kind of magnets. We have the bar magnets. We have also the horseshoe. I'm sure most of you maybe have seen it in your school, or maybe you have them as toys as well. So we have these.
Allow me to say, Auntie,
yeah.
Felicitas was just learning about magnets at school just this week.
Wow.
And so he's so excited
that's awesome.
This, and now he can get his award further to what he was just learning at school.
Absolutely, absolutely. So she can even share. I'm sure she'll have a lot more to share. So she'll have to share a few more things in the chat. So these are type of examples of the permanent magnets. So boys and girls, I hope you're ready in the chat, and I think Felicia will be the one typing in soon there. What large item to which magnets are attracted to do most people have in their kitchen? Let's see who's going to be the first one there. I'll give you a clue. You can display things on it which are attached using magnets. Most people have it in their kitchens.
Oh boy, and you guessed it right, Auntie. You did say Felicitas is going to be one of the first. And guess what? It is Felicitas. He's put down fridge.
Oh, I told you Felicitas have a lot of knowledge to share now because she's been learning it this week. You are right. It's a fridge.
Facebook was not far behind you. We had Pamela, we had and Derek Jr. as well.
Wow. Oh, we've got adventurers here who are so quick and who know their magnets pretty well. That's awesome. So we have this fridge. I wonder why are things able to stick to that fridge? It's because of that fridge. The door has some iron in it, which attracts, and then things are able to stick to the magnet. So that's awesome. Well done, all of you, with your answers who said fridge. Awesome. So let's look at the second type. Now we have the second one called temporary. So this one acts like a permanent magnet when it is within a strong magnetic field, but it loses its magnetism when the magnetic field disappears. So how do you know about the temporary magnet? So let me do this. You know, I've got a little pin over here, and I've got another pin over here. These two pins, when you put them together, they don't stick to one another. But guess what happens? If I take a magnet and rub on this piece of the pin a few times, you need to stroke it just one direction, right? You can do this. It could be one of the experiments for you to earn the award. Now, if you stroke through here.
So maybe, Auntie, you want to stop your video, stop the share, if that's okay with you, so that you can show us, then you can go back to your sharing your screen. How's that?
That's awesome. Great tip. All right. Can you see me better with this one now? So we just stroke the magnet bar on this pin. And let's see if we can turn this pin into a temporary magnet. You remember the two pins that were sticking together. But now, if I do this, look at that.
Wow.
How the pin is able to stick.
Wow. I must say, I too love playing with magnets. So there goes a trick.
So much fun. But now they're sticking. We make a temporary magnet. But it keeps dropping, showing that it's not very strong. But then when it loses its magnetism, it stops being a magnet. Isn't that cool? Science is awesome. Science is awesome. And playing with magnets is so much fun. So now we have done that is a temporary magnet. They lose their magnetism once that magnetic force we're talking about is finished. So let's see, I'm gonna start sharing again.
Okay. So remember, guys, you've got your worksheets that are on the BUC website. So hopefully you've downloaded everything and you are working away.
That's right.
Yes, we can see your
screen. Awesome. Lovely. So Oh. Now, so as a temporary, as I showed you, you can use maybe paper clips. I just use that, I use the pin to just show you how you can make a temporary magnet. Now, let's look at the third type of a magnet. So it is called electromagnets. Look at that, boy. All those wires. You wonder, what is that? So what is an electromagnet? So it is a special wire which acts like a permanent magnet when electrical current is flowing in the wire. So these electromagnets use electricity to create their power of magnetism. They can be turned on and off when the electricity is turned on and off. So what are these examples of some of these electromagnets? Maybe some of you, you've seen these cranes in junkyards. They take huge metal scraps, and the magnet is just around that crane over there. So it's able to pick up those metal scraps. And also you have, oh, look at that. Can someone tell me what is that? I know the answer is there on the screen, but let's see. Can you put in the chat? Pastor Angel, can the children know what that is? It looks so cool.
Okay, guys, let's find out what is that. Oh, the answers are coming in nice and quick. We have guys who are saying it's a train, high-speed train, says somebody. Someone says it's an electric train or a speedy train.
They're quite close. Yes, it is a high-speed train. It just looks like in a sci-fi movie or something.
Oh, Facebook, we've got Pamela again. She says it's a maglev train.
Yeah, well done, Pamela. So Pamela's been quite specific. Yes, it's called a maglev train. And you know what? That's so cool about this train. It will float on its tracks, and it reduces the friction and allowing the train to run effectively. What that mean is like, it is so smooth when you're on it. I'm sure Aunt Natalie has been on it. She says she's been on it. How smooth was it for you when you got on it?
Yes, let's have a quick interview with somebody who's actually been on the train.
Ride. It was absolutely, you didn't know you were moving at all. You know, here in this country, the trains bump up and down like this.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that at all. You could walk and it would just be so smooth.
Amazing. Wow. I hope I'll be one of those. Now I can just look at the picture and admire them. I'll be on it and experience the smoothness of these maglev trains. And they look good too outside, isn't it?
They do, they do. Guys, if you have anything or any experience with the maglev trains, do write it on the chat, and we'll be happy to share.
I'll tell you something else very, very cool about the trains, nothing to do with the magnetism, is that once all the chairs face forward when the train is going.
Wow.
So when it gets to the end of the line, somebody comes past and rotates all the chairs so that they face forward.
Wow.
The other way. Nobody ever faces backwards on one of those trains.
There's no one who goes dizzy.
No.
Well, I do. I got dizzy if I looked the wrong direction for a train. But yeah, that's beautiful.
That's lovely. That's why I told you. This is a Magnet Fun Award because you learn fun facts. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Magnets are really fun. And now we see all these cool things that come up as the power of the magnet. Okay, so let's find out. Now we've seen the maglev train, but what are other things, what magnets are used for? So be prepared in the chat as well. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. So magnets are used in different kind of devices, but I want you to tell me what that device is and why you think if that device has a magnet or it doesn't have, okay? So I'm gonna put up the first one. Tell me what it is and tell me if you think it has a magnet inside. So
Hey.
get ready in the chat.
Let's get those keyboards typing and let us know. Let's try and answer the question. Okay, Auntie, do you want to? We already have an answer here from Samuel and Michael who says no. No.
He says no magnet. Okay, but what is that?
Well, Patience, well, they are naming it more than answering your question, Nancy.
Oh,
So
right.
maybe you need to restate your question.
Okay, no, they're supposed to name it and tell me if it has a magnet or not.
Okay.
Facebook is coming in. They're all saying it's a hairdryer.
Okay.
And 2 of them are saying nope, definitely doesn't have a magnet in there.
Right. Maybe Felicitas can help us. Felicitas, is she there? She's learned about magnets. But boys and girls, adventurers, this hairdryer has a magnet in it.
Whoa,
That's
hair
why
dryers?
Electromagnetism. You remember there's a current going through and you can turn them on or turn them off. So
Wow.
there you go. You've learned something new now. Magnet hairdryers like this, they have magnets in them. Okay, let's go to the next one. What about what that boy has? Vacuum. Oh, I've put the name on it. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, you tell me, does it have a magnet in it? The vacuum cleaners, do you think they have magnets in them?
Okay, guys, yes or no? Do the vacuum cleaners have magnets in them? So we are not asking you to break down any vacuum at home, please. All we're asking is, do you think the vacuum cleaners have any magnets in them, please? And you can put your answer. Guys on Facebook, we're looking forward to hearing from you as well. And here on Zoom,
Is there any answers?
the answers are yes, all the way down. Well, we do have no. Well, Patience, you said yes, and then you said no. So we want to know which one is your answer.
Facebook agrees with yes.
Lovely. So vacuum cleaners have magnets in them.
Oh,
Okay.
so yes.
Let's see this one. I know I've put the name on it again. But do you think telephones have magnets in them?
Any magnets on the telephones, guys? Let's get chatting. Let's put down our answers on the chat.
Yes, I know it's an ancient telephone. Maybe some adventurers might not know what old phones look like. But now you can see.
So that is so true. They'll be wondering, telephone?
Telephone?
What are you talking about?
Exactly. They're used to this kind.
Yeah, the mobile phones.
The mobile phones.
But
yes.
I think the guys here are so wise.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's Alex and Felicitas and Timothy and Patience, and they've all said yes.
Well done. Oh, these smart adventurers. I think Felicitas could have been helping me out here. She knows a lot more about magnets. Awesome, Felicitas. Well done. Now, let's see the next one. Woohoo! Can you recognize that? Type in the chat. Tell me if you know what that is, and if you know if it has a magnet in it.
Magnet or no magnet?
Oh, and they need to tell me what is, because I don't know if most adventurers would know this kind.
Okay, tell us what you think that is. Oh, well, Auntie, you'll be in for a shock because these guys are so wise.
Oh, boy.
They know that it's a kettle.
Oh,
so we've already got an answer that says kettle.
Are you sure I've got adventurers in here?
Listen to this other name. Teapot.
Lovely. Teapot, yes.
And the answer is yes.
Well done.
Magnets.
But this one don't have a magnet in it. So this is not an electric kettle.
Well, Patience said no, and Timothy said no. So Alex
those
as well said no. So yeah, but most guys said yes.
Absolutely. This one is not an electric kettle. So this is an old kettle that you put on the fire itself or on the cooker. But this does not have magnets in them, this old kind. Okay. Now, the next one. Who can tell me what that is? Can you recognize that?
Okay, guys. Let's share with Auntie Desire.
Do you recognize what that is?
That is?
Yes.
Stove.
Does it have a magnet?
Let's
put it on the chat.
But the answer
chat, please. Can you mute your mics? Yay!
Oh, someone says it's the oldest TV in the world.
Awesome.
Well, we'll leave that to Auntie to decide whether that's the oldest TV. Someone says it's a cooker, and we also have stove, and we have a heater. On Facebook, what do we have? Do you want to share with us?
Yeah, with heater, but also somebody has put cooker as well, stove. And they said no, it doesn't have a magnet.
Well done, well done. So this one is an old cooker. I remember actually when I was growing up, when I was pretty young, we had in the kitchen, we had one of these. Well, we used to open over here and put firewood in it. I know you guys, you don't know what cooking on firewood is like. So we used to put firewood in there and you would open this one and you used to do baking inside. Isn't that cool? So you used to cook on top of it. But this one does not have a magnet, you're right. So well done, boys and girls, for participating in there. Now, just to recap what we've been talking about, I'm gonna play this video and hope you listen to it.
My name is Meg, and today we'll be talking about the different uses of magnets. We'll be talking about what is electromagnetism and how to make a pencil float in the air with the help of a magnet. And this is how exactly maglev trains work. Magnets are an essential part of all electric motors, like fans, microwaves, washing machine, mixer, grinder, and so many more things. And magnets are also found in other things like speakers. That means magnets are in our phones too. Anything that moves needs a motor. Magnets are in our cars. Electricity and magnetism have a strong connection. Scientists call this electromagnetism. This means that magnets can create an electric current, and electric current can create magnets. This is how electric motors and generators work. Without this, there will be no electricity in our home. Let's create our own magnet using electric current. Guys, here I have a nail around which I have twisted some copper wire. When we connect this to a battery, the nail will become a magnet. Guys, do you know how electric motors work? They convert electric energy into physical movement. Electric motors have a coil in it. When you pass electricity through it, it generates a magnetic field. This magnetic field works together with another magnet outside the coil, causing the coil to move. Now let's talk about generators. Generators convert mechanical energy into electric energy. A coil of wire is spun between two opposite magnets. When these magnets are moved with the help of an external force like wind or water, the electric current begins to flow. One of the most important applications of magnet is the maglev train. Okay guys, now it's time to make this pencil float in the air. I've put a magnet here, and a propeller at the end. To secure the magnets, I've also put two small black rubber rings at each end. And here is the platform on which our pencil will float. Here's the plastic sheet, two magnets and two magnets. These magnets will attract the front magnet on the pencil, and these magnets will actually repel the back magnet. Okay guys, time to try it out. Guys, what's happening is these magnets are attracted to this magnet, so they are trying to push the magnet forward. But this plastic sheet is stopping the pencil from moving forward, whereas these back magnets are repelling this magnet and pushing it upwards. This is how the pencil stays afloat. Maglev trains use the same principle. Maglev! No guys, it's not maglev, it's maglev, which means magnetically levitated. The track has magnets which repel the magnets on the train, making it lifted off the track by a few inches, while another system of magnets uses the push and pull mechanism to move the train forward. Maglev trains can run up to 400 to 600 kilometers per hour, thus getting close to how fast an aeroplane can fly. If you want to ride a maglev train, you can go to Germany, Japan or Shanghai, which is in China.
Hey, can we do more tricks with these magnets? I like magnets.
No, Cuddles, that's all the time we had for today. If you want to see more tricks with magnets, guys, why don't you check out our Tricks with Magnets video. Bye, see you for our next video.
Whoa, I enjoyed that. I'm going to try the pencil.
Yeah, that is so awesome, isn't it? There's so many things that use magnets. That magnets are all around us, isn't it? And you know what, boys and girls, for you to earn this award, you need to do at least 3 experiments with a magnet. So we're going to show you some of the experiments that you can do to earn your award. So now you can do a treasure hunt. How can you do a magnet treasure hunt? There you go. You place objects around your room that will and will not magnetize. So see how you can have many different objects to see how they can pick up a magnet. So I have just a few things here that we can do. Are you able to see my table there? Yeah.
Yes,
now, lovely. So we can do one of the treasure hunts together. You tell me if actually this nail that I'm going to do, oh, sorry. I'm going to stop here for a minute. Yeah. You can tell me if this nail will stick to the magnet. Are you reading your chats in the chat? Now, do you think this will stick to the magnet? This nail? Pastor Angie, is anyone typing in the chat if they think this will stick to the magnet?
Well, not yet, but all the answers are coming in now.
Right.
So we have no, and we also have yes.
Okay, let's find out now. We can have an answer. Whoa, we have an answer there. It can stick to the magnet. So let's go on the next one. Do you think this will stick to the magnet?
Okay, guys, do you think that wooden spoon is going to stick to the magnet? What do you guys think? We are waiting for your answers. We would love to hear from you what you think. And Pauline on Facebook has already given us a clear answer together with Darlene. And they have said, no, no, no.
That's right. It's not sticking at all. And I'm going to go through them quickly. We have this. Yeah, the spoon is sticking. Now we have this plastic spoon over here. When I try that, nah, it's not happening. Maybe this stone, maybe it might do. No, no sticking. Maybe the pencil. No, the sharpener. Whoa, look at that. That's sticking to the magnet.
So guys, for you to be able to see all this clearly, you need to change your zoom to speaker view so that you can see the screen fully when Auntie is showing and doing those experiments.
That's right. So you see, you can do this kind of treasure hunt in your own home and find out which things, which objects stick to the magnet. As you can see, the things that were sticking to the magnet, they all have one thing in common. They're made of metal, but not all metals will stick to the magnet. But usually those metals that contain iron, nickel, or cobalt will stick to the magnet. Okay, so I'm going to go share the screen again. Now, so that's one of the experiments that you can do. And then the next one, you can move an object with a magnet. So what you can do that, you can have a friend hold a piece of paper between their hands, and then place a clip. You can place something on top of a paper just like that. And if someone is holding it, and you can place a magnet underneath the paper. So, and be able to move just like so. I'm moving this little pin on the paper, just like that. So for you to earn, you need to move, to be able to move an object. So that's one of your experiments that you can do. And also you need to be able to create a magnet. So I showed you earlier on how you can create a magnet. So you just need to stroke, it could be a nail or a pin or a paper clip. Just stroke it about 25 or 30 times and just in one direction, and be able to see how many clips can you take, and see is a magnet, temporary magnet, is it strong as a magnet itself? So that's one of the experiments that you can do. Also, I wanted to show you some of the things, fun, cool things that you can do with magnet. So you can do sculptures as well, just like this. Look at that, how people are able to make those sculptures using magnets. And look at that. Wow. If you don't fancy buying in the store, you can get actually you can be creative and make your own sculptures. So they just use the cardboard and put some magnets on it, and they're able to make that image over there. And those are some of the things that you can do. And even an Eiffel Tower. Isn't that creative?
Looks very fun, Auntie.
Absolutely. Remember to ask an adult to make a video or take pictures of you doing the experiments and send it to your club director so that together with your worksheet for assessment as well. Now you also need to memorize Hebrews chapter 7 verse 19, which says, "For the law made nothing perfect, and a better hope is introduced, by which we draw near to God." That verse is James 4 verse 8, which says, "Come near to God, and he will come near to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded." But what all these verses really are telling us is that we need to draw close to God. And if we draw nigh to God, it's like this magnet. If we draw to God and he draws nigh to us, and you know what? We'll be able to have that magnetic field around us that will be able to show other people the character of Jesus, because we're within that magnetic field from God himself. And we'll be able to be kind to others, to be loving to others, because we have that magnetic force from God. All right?
Amen.
And you know, boys and girls, we can be able to repel the devil, because if you put again north and south, doesn't come close. Well, let me do that. If you put, remember, north and north, look, I'm trying my best here, but the north sticking close. We can be able to repel the devil because we are connected with Jesus. Okay, boys and girls? So I just want to say you've been awesome. Thank you for participating. And we're going to see you maybe another time. There's actually magnetic part 2. So maybe look out for that one. Maybe someone might be able to do part 2. Magnets are fun. And remember, stay connected with Jesus.
Oh, Auntie, I don't think we need to look for someone to do magnetic fun. Yeah.
I think we found our speaker presenting
Exactly.
part 2.
But before you go away and before we say more, we would like you to answer a question that's come up, Auntie. The question, and I think you can stop sharing your screen.
All right.
So they can all see you, is where can we buy a magnet?
Good question. So you can buy magnets. There's on Amazon, you can get different kind of magnets. Like I can show you, like we bought these actually on Amazon.
Oh.
Do I have a?
Wow.
That's a set, and I know my children, they like playing with them. They made these scratches.
Whoa, Lily, did you do those? You and Tim.
Yes.
Wow, Timothy and Lily, excellent. Those look lovely. Well done.
Yes, there's also another website. It's called First Magnets. They have different kinds. They have the horseshoe. They have the bar magnets. And even if you want to get the iron fillings so that you can see the magnetic field, you can buy it from there as well.
Okay, thank you. And Shannon wants to say thank you for answering that question.
Oh, thank you.
So guys, at the point you can now unmute, and we will give a big round of applause to Auntie Desire and to Lily, of course.
Thank you.
All the help to Timothy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You've been awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.